Dr. Gilbere,
Yes, sir.
when we were having breakfast this morning, you were telling me a story or an incident that took place with a member of your family. It's very interesting. People that do what you do and I do, and many doctors do, the people around them don't pay any attention to it. You know, they don't take a lot of stock in it because of the fact they know everything. Tell me the story about what was going on with this member of the family's child and some of the things that you had warned the mother about that she had absolutely no idea were taking place. And just describe that situation to us.
Well, what happened was, as you know, many times within family members or close friends, you know, it's my niece or my sister or my mother-in-law or whatever, the doctor.
Yes.
But they really don't pay attention. Some family members do, and they're very diligent about it. Others just kind of, oh, well, that's her profession, and they kind of leave it aside as if I were an accountant, or, you know, she's an accountant, and it's a general term. What happened in this instant was that this little girl was having a tremendous amount of allergies, recurring ear infections with an antibiotic every time she had one, and on top of that, couldn't sit still. Was like this, bouncing around, moving her feet, tapping her toes, constantly. So they tested her for attention deficit. They said, no, she really doesn't have that, but she just can't seem to focus and be still, and she's constantly wrapping her fingers around her hair, etc. So, and she's brilliant. She's a straight A student. So I started talking to them about watching everything that she eats. I said, you know, the food coloring is very guilty of this. Food additives such as monosodium-glutamate, or MSG is what I said, not mono. And so this particular mother says, oh, they stopped using MSG in food a long time ago. I heard that they did. So when she was feeding this child, what she thought was and in all fairness, she thought it was a healthy meal. Piece of wheat toast before she was to go out and play outside, and a can of soup, and I won't mention the brand. And it was a chicken noodle soup. So when she finished and the child was out of the way, I went in and said, I'm going to get this can out of the trash. Number one, I was appalled that they were giving canned soup to this child. I said, but would you read the label for me? And she looked at me and she knew something was up. So she starts reading the ingredients, half of which she couldn't pronounce. And then she says monosodium-glutamate, and she goes on to the next 3 or 4 ingredients. And I said, stop. That's MSG. She didn't even know, which most people don't, and this is a very intelligent, very highly educated woman, did not know what monosodium-glutamate was or what its aliases are. So here she had heard somewhere down the road that MSG wasn't added to food anymore, not understanding that all of these things are adding to her daughter's problem, and immediately when she stopped giving her those type of ingredients in the food that she was buying, the condition started abating. So here she's not fidgety, and she's not, I mean, she's still she's still an 8-year-old. She's hyper as far as that goes. I mean, she loves to play and she plays hard, but she's not bouncing all over the place like she was before. And so how many cases of ADD and ADHD do we have, I wonder? I know in my practice there's a huge amount that are attributed to what we're feeding our children, and it's not intentionally. It's that we don't have the education.
And that's why you say that to really be a healthy individual, you have to be a student of what you eat, right?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
You're welcome.